Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 12th of November. Continuing with our reflection on the Lord's Prayer, we pray, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that got me thinking of earth and heaven and how, as Christians, we need to have both. We need to realize that we focused on heaven, and that's our destiny. That's where it all happens, and our whole life is preparing us for heaven. So we're looking toward heaven the whole time. But at the same time, we're on earth and we have to be involved in earth. And this is where our mission is, and this is where we share the good news. And so we have our attention is sort of almost divided between the two. But we need to keep both, because too often Christians in the church sort of focuses on one. And so sometimes you have Christians that end up being, as they say, so heavenly minded that they know earthly good. And we focus just on pie in the sky when you die, by and by. And that's what it's all about. And the problem with that is that you end up with people that are often quiescent on earth. They don't do anything, they don't get involved, because it's about heaven. And they just think about heaven, and they therefore quite easily exploited. And certainly we have found in the past that when people were trying to be politically active, no, don't get involved in politics. That's earthy. We're heavenly minded. So you don't do politics. You don't get involved in trade unions. You don't get involved in trying to change the world and make the world a better place, because that's what politicians do. We're Christians. We're focused on heaven. And that's wrong. At the same time, sort of some Christians end up in completely the other camp, where they become no different from a political activist. They're so involved in trying to change the world and change policies and make the world a better place. And they're trying to, so focused on getting things sorted out here, that they are worried that people have bread to eat today on their table, but not that they have the bread of life. That they want to make sure that there's water in the well, and so that people can have water in their homes. But they don't say Jesus offers us living water, which is, yes, water is necessary, but living water will well up in you and become a spring of water welling up to eternity. And they do not offer people the gateway to eternity. And sometimes it's because they don't really believe in eternity. Heaven, no, that's pie in the sky. And so we sit with these two tendencies of people drifting too much into the one or into the other. And we pray, let your kingdom come and will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We're involved in earth, but our focus is in heaven. We want to see things happen on earth, but it's got to reflect what goes on in heaven. And so as we pray this prayer daily, we need to have in mind that we do both. We're fully involved in this world, making things better, improving lives, changing things, being politically active, getting engaged and involved with the issues of the day. But at the same time, we have as much effort and attention and energy being poured into heaven and saying, that's where we're going. We'll change the world for 100 years, or 1,000 years, even if our legacy lasts 10,000 years. Compared to eternity in heaven, that is completely pointless. And so we need to have both. So we pray, and I pray that you'll pray, Lord, in my life, as I live out my life, that your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Be blessed.